founder and director of the MIT Age Lab. And the Age Lab attempts to look at aging from a multidisciplinary position. So as director, I'm a little interested in a little bit of everything that makes up life. So housing, health, transport, and indeed, how do we plan for our retirement tomorrow? One of the things that we're finding in the lab is that where demographics may be destiny, because frankly, everyone who is alive is likely to be older someday, because frankly, the alternative is not nearly as pretty, is how ill prepared we are as a society, as governments, corporations, and indeed as families. And so one of the things that we're finding is that we really need to rethink, re-engineer, and frankly, reimagine transportation. In the United States, 70% of us live in suburban and rural areas where if you don't drive, you don't get out. And in many other countries, it's not much better because of either the frailty of the old or basically how the transportation systems are designed. We're finding that people really don't want to invest in that future self. The idea of retirement and housing planning for the future is about that other person who's 20 or 30 years away. So it's hard to get them engaged today. We're finding also that well-being is more than just about health. It's about managing those diseases and maintaining the vitality necessary to do all those things you want to do in longer life, be it work, play, caring for a loved one. So the Age Lab is about inventing that infrastructure, inventing the products and the services to live longer, but to live better. Aging is not new. The fact is that we've always had older people. But here's the difference. We now have more older people with more discretionary income, more education, and greater expectations than ever before. The disruptive demographics of an aging society is about the expectations of what former generations of older people expected in old age, to retire, to sit quietly, to go quietly, and the new generation of old that expect a pill, a policy, or a product to make life longer and better. That gap between what yesterday's old used to have as an expectation and the next generation is the business of innovation and aging. And look at the numbers, they are compelling. In the United States today, 13% of the population is over 65. By mid-century, we're looking at 1 in 5 of the population will be so. In Germany and Japan, fertility rates have dropped through the floor. In fact, they're below replacement level. We're looking at countries that are going to be losing 20 million, maybe as many as 30 million of their current population and not growing. Taiwan, Thailand, many of the countries that we think are going to be perpetual tigers of economic power are actually aging and have to translate that gray into gold in order to keep their economies growing. And by the way, even in the developing world, in China, the estimated population over age 60 by mid-century will be 437 million. The entire population of the United States by 2050 will only be 400 million. At the MIT Age Lab, we work globally across all companies to really understand the behavior of the consumer, the opportunity for technology, to translate an aging world into a world of innovation, to live longer and to live better.